today. I would start with my state. Odisha is repeatedly affected by natural calamities, be it flood, cyclone or drought. After the devastating super cyclone of 1999, Odisha has developed OSDMA, which has done an immense service to the affected people of flood and people who were affected by flood and cyclone. Farmers face the brunt of these natural calamities. Before I deal with the crop loss and its impact on farmers, we should ask ourselves, who is a farmer? What is the government's definition of a farmer? And how many farmers are there in India by that definition? As there is ambiguity in government's circle, it has its own implication on the design and beneficiaries of the schemes meant to help them, including Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi. Government of India provides income support to all farmers' families who owned cultivable land. But the number of land holdings do not necessarily equate with the number of farming households. What does Dr. M.S. Swaminathan committee say? It says, and I quote, within quote, the term farmer refers to a person engaged in the economic and public or livelihood activity of growing crops and producing other primary agricultural commodities, cultivators, agriculture workers, sharecroppers, tenants, as well as persons engaged in various farming-related occupations. It also includes tribal families, persons engaged in shifting cultivation and in collection, use and sale of minor and non-timber forest produce, unquote. Therefore, should we limit ourselves only to those farmers who are landowners? And PM Kisan Nidhi does that. Those who are landowners, they are only getting the benefit. I am reminded of this year's Nobel laureate Michael Kramer. Nobody talks about him, though, in our country. But I am reminded of this year's Nobel laureate Michael Kramer, who is less discussed in the elite circles of this country. From Gujarat cotton farmers to coffee growers of Karnataka and paddy farmers of Odisha, the economics Nobel laureate, Mr. Kramer, have impacted the lives of more than 6 lakh agriculturists in India.
Sir, how about animal husbandry?
I'm coming to that. Randomized, controlled trials, the research for which the Nobel was awarded, showed that a low-cost mobile phone-based agriculture consulting service developed by Dr. Kramer's company led to an annual income growth of about rupees 7,000 per farmer. Dr. Kramer's fellow awardees, Esther Duflo and Abhijit Banerjee, have well-documented personal and professional links to India. For the third awardee, the biggest India connection comes via Precision Agriculture for Development, the non-profit he co-founded in 2016, along with 3 others, including fellow Harvard professor Sean Cole. Precision Agriculture for Developed India began work with 2,000 cotton farmers in Gujarat in 2016 and reaches 6 lakh farmers across the country, with the biggest contingent of 5.25 lakh coming from Odisha. When farmers could call a helpline for real-time expert advice or sowing and irrigation decisions and inputs such as seeds, fertilizers and pesticides, yields rose to a very higher percentage. I would urge upon the government to make conscious effort to empower the farmers through this modern technology so that the income of farmers will grow. Sir, I should say in 2019, Odisha has faced devastating cyclones, that is Cyclone Fani in May and cyclone Bulbul in November. The cyclone Fani total crop area affected is around 1.82 lakh hectares. It affected 12 districts of Odisha and damaged 1.46 lakh hectares of crop. Funds that were allocated to the districts for disbursement of agriculture input subsidy for crop loss till date is 117.37 crores as per SDRF NDRF norms. Disbursement of agriculture input subsidy is going on. In addition to agriculture input subsidy, the state government provided 50 crores from Chief Minister's Relief Fund for assistance to affected coconut growers. Other support are also being provided to the affected farmers in agriculture, horticulture sectors. In Cyclone Bulbul, coastal districts of Orissa have been affected in a large extent. Standing crop fell flat in the field. More than 2.2 lakh hectares of crop was damaged in Balasore, Bhadrak, Jajpur, Jagatsinghpur, Kendrapada, Cuttack and Mayurbhanj district. Agriculture input subsidy from crop loss was estimated to be 151.98 crores as per SDRF NDRF norms, but we have not received a single pie from the union government, not yet. But day before yesterday, rupees 550 crore of rupees have been provided, and that is due to that is for SDRF share. Sir, I would say now I come to the crop insurance issue. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana is, if I may say so, is the fourth avatar of crop insurance. I need not go into the history of crop insurance in India, which goes back to 1915, when J.S. Chakravarti, Finance Secretary of Mysore State, proposed a rain insurance scheme. Repeated attempt has been made to improve it. CAG has given reports, Finance Committee has given report, and action taken notes have also been submitted in this House. Between 2011 to 2015-16, in these 5 years, only 14 and 22% of the total farmers were covered under insurance, which means 78 to 86% of farmers were outside of the insurance coverage. The small and marginal farmers' case was worse. It's only 5.75% to 13.32% coverage, meaning 86 to 94% were uninsured. Did PM Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana improve the situation? The government may say so. But to a reply to an RTI question revealed that 11 insurance firms paid claims worth rupees 31,602.72 crores against gross premiums of 47,407.98 crores, as they had received in 2 years, in 2016 and 17-18. What is the profit? It is 15,995 crores from Fasal Bima. This is the profit which insurance sector has done within a period of 2 years. This means a payout of rupees 50 to the insurance companies for every benefit worth rupees 100 to the farmer. Little arithmetic calculation which I have done has come to this. Are you considering to bring reforms? Are you considering to reduce the role of private insurance? And I was going through the figure relating to 30 districts of Orissa of last 3 years, and this demonstrates how much loss the farmers are making because they are insuring their crop for the benefit, and which is also anyone who takes a loan from a cooperative society or a bank has to insure his crop. That is compulsory, and it has become like this. And here I would say Another aspect relating to Fasal Bima Yojana. As the government has entrusted this job to the respective state government to take a decision, which are the districts and who will be the private insurer. Which we had tried to give through our suggestion in Finance Committee, that ensure that private insurance company to be in that district for at least 3 consecutive years. Otherwise, what is happening, one insurance company is there in my district for this year. Next year, when actually the problem starts, we don't know where that insurance company is. He has been shifted to another. If he is blacklisted even, he goes to another state and there he does his business. That should be stopped. At least ensure this type of guideline can be given by the union government, by the respective ministry, that at least whoever you are engaging, engage him at least for 3 consecutive years. Sir, I would, isn't the government aware that farmers are paying about 15,000 crores of rupees in GST annually? One would ask, where would the farmer be paying GST for? Why would they pay GST for? But this is a calculation. If the House decides, I can give it in detail, but I would limit that let us probe in what input cost a farmer is giving, on which they cannot claim input tax credit. GST is something where input tax credit can be recovered, but here is something farmer is paying. On fertilizer, 5%, botanicals and biologicals, 5 to 12%, tractors and combines, 12%, pumps, 12%, drip and sprinkler system, 12%, farm implements, 12%, pesticides, 18%, phenomenal traps, and that is 18%, and pesticide safety kits is 18%. That is how the farmers are being pauperized, because they are paying GST. What we need is a scheme which makes the public expenditure efficient, which increases the farmers' income. A mechanism to compensate farmers in the event of loss due to crop failure, bad weather, pest, and any other reason, and more so from adverse market conditions, is imperative. This calls for the government's will and a vision to ensure the income and employment, the security of the farmers and food security of the people. Odisha is giving some support to farmers through Kalia scheme. So also Telangana, West Bengal, Karnataka and other. Then the PM Kisan Nidhi. But that is not sufficient. Now Kalia has been subsumed with PM Kisan Nidhi. It's a good thing that the Odisha government has done for the benefit of the farmers of Odisha. Lastly, sir, I would bring to the notice of the minister and also of the government is an unequal burden that is imposed on the farmers. Farmers are paying about, as I said, 15,000 crores of GST annually, on which they are unable to claim input tax credit. Though this does not directly deal with the subject that is deliberated today, I thought to keep the government alert on this subject, which I may discuss in a bit detail later on if I am allowed to speak. Government needs to support the farmers. They are the food suppliers, Annadata. All steps should be taken to compensate their loss, and they should not be fleeced. Thank you, sir.
Now,